Hello, everyone. Do you know that you could have made up to $5,000 if you had watched our previous market overview? Yeah, I said that. You could have made close to or over $5,000 if you had diligently gone through our weekly market analysis for last week. Well, I'm going to show you how you could have done that. All right, but before we go into that, welcome back to Echo FX, guys. It's good to have you back. And hope you actually had a profitable week last week, and I'm really hoping that you're going to have a profitable week this week. So this is actually the last week of the month February, and it has been a fully packed month with a lot of opportunities and one way or the other, some kind of uncertainties in the market. But generally, it has been a wonderful month, and trust me, it's about to go and is actually going to end wonderfully. So just stick with me to the end of this video, where we're going to be looking at different opportunities, what to expect for the new week, right? What to actually expect for the new week, and opportunities that we're actually going to look at. So um like we always do, first things first. All right, I'm going to say it again. If you are new to this channel, or you have always been watching our videos back to back, week in, week out, and you're yet to subscribe to the channel, come on, that's unbelievable, right? That's actually unbelievable. So come on, subscribe to the channel. All right, like the video, share with your friends, those that you love, your enemies. So let's make money together. And also, put something down in the comment section. All right, so are we ready to go? Are we ready to roll? So let's go straight into the video fully. So we had quite an exciting week last week. There weren't so much important or dreadful news, because we just had news from the Australian region, the Canadian region. Well, the most packed week, or a packed day, was actually on Friday, when we had manufacturing PMI from the Eurozone, the UK zone, and also the US zone, which one way or the other wasn't really too good from each of the zones, right? So, but what do we expect for the new week? Right, what do we expect for the new week? So this new week, we're going to be having not so much, because this is the last week of the month, February, right? So the only exciting news that we're going to be expecting for the new week from is actually the consumer confidence on Tuesday from the US zone, then the CPI from Australian zone, GDP from the US zone, and also GDP from Canadian zone, CPI from the Eurozone, and also the PCE data from the US, right? So those are like the fundamentals we should actually be focusing on for the new week. So, but also, before I go into the chart, or let me go into the chart, right? Then I also talk about the um um a very important information from the Eurozone. So in Europe, we actually had their election for today. All right, today is actually the European election, and it was actually going to give a lot of clarity to what to expect from the European region, right? So if you are maybe an Euro fan, maybe you trade Euro USD, or you trade any Euro instrument, or probably any European indices, you should actually be very keen on watching out, you know, um, of those markets, right? So, and also, try to look at what the election results look like and how it could actually affect the economy, right? So let's go straight into the chart, guys. Right? Let's go straight into the chart. So, what do we expect for the new week? So, before I go or I say what to expect, if you observed on last week, we were ideally looking at some for the sales on the dollar index, right? We're looking at further sales on the dollar index into this region. I hope you remember. So we're looking at some further downside on the dollar index from this particular region, right? So, and you can see how markets, and if you look at it closely, right, probably if you missed last week analysis, you can also watch it again to understand where I'm coming from. So what we ideally expecting was exactly a retracement into this level and a sell-off. So it's not complete yet. So their last week analysis still stands for this week. So we're expecting further sales on the dollar into this region. So just be looking to sell, right? Any opportunity you see, let's try to break it down, right? So if you look at it from the daily time frame, the market has created a new low around this region here, right? So price created a new low around this region, and retraced a little bit. So for you to get into this trade, what you can do is, there's also this region around here. Okay, let's pick this one, very minor region, or we could pick just a little bit here, because there's somewhat like a fair value gap around this region, which is can also serve as a resistance. Yeah, so around this point you should actually be looking for just sell. So when the market opens, what you should be looking at is just to short the euro dollar all the way, or the dollar itself. So if we're looking at euro USD, right, let's take a look at euro USD. If you take a look at dollar, and if you turn, that is when I say dollar, I mean the USD IDX, which is the dollar index. It represents, what the dollar is doing. So if you take the USD IDX and turn it upside down, you have the Euro USD, right? You have the Euro USD. And we also looked at Euro USD for last week, and this was what we're kind of expecting. We were able to, mark out this region on Euro USD. More or less, Euro USD was in a huge range, right? So it's just trading below these 2 points. So, and the goal was first to trade into this level, because euro dollar was somewhere around here last week, right? This was where it was last week. So what we're expecting was to sell first of all to this point. Yeah, I clearly remember I told us that we should, when we see some long, reasonable candlesticks, right, you can sell into this point, and when price breaks, look for further sales. But price got into that level, went all the way back here, and it's still showing a lot of sign, or a lot of positive strength. But because we're expecting a weakness in USD, and this is Euro USD, but just be very careful, because the election from the European region could ideally, we are not really sure how it's going to impact the particular currency. All right, so instead of trying to trade Euro USD, well, we could look at trading GBP USD instead, or AUD USD instead. Right, hope that makes sense. So let's look at AUD USD briefly. All right, so instead of looking at Euro USD, because of all the uncertainties from the European region, let's just more or less look at AUD USD instead, right? Or GBP USD. All right, so we'll look at the two. Let's look at AUD first, then go to GBP USD. So from AUD USD, from a daily time frame, where is our key levels? All right, so we can see that there's this region here, right? There's this point here. There's also another point, maybe somewhere around here too. Perfect. So these are like two important regions we are looking at on AUD USD. So we can see that price is more or less giving, you can see price was more or less in a downtrend previously. But what happened? All right, how do we know when price is in a downtrend? We see lower lows, or price creating lower lows. This is a lower low here, created another lower low here, created another lower low here, created another lower low here. I also created another one down here. So you can see was making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. So let's try to delete all of that. So since that has been established, so delete, right? So but now notice that now the market has broken out of this last high. That's the lower high, right? Lower lows, price was also making lower highs. But this market has more or less given a sign of changing trend. So more or less like the market is changing from a downtrend now to an uptrend, right? You can see this level has broken. Now the market has created a low and a high, kind of, right? Created a low and a high. So most likely this could be a market may want to create a lower low, so around this region, and possibly create a higher high. Makes sense, right? So let's look at now, more or less the market is making a retracement. So where do we want to go into a buy from? Now, this is the most reasonable point to go into a buy from. Yes. Somewhere around those regions. So if price should come anywhere around here, although if price has come there before pull up, so there's a very high chance that it could come into this region again. So you should be looking to take your buys. Let's delete all of this. So maybe a little sell towards just close to this point. Now, any bullish opportunity, a bullish candle close around this point, you actually take your buys all the way further up. So you can see that from this region, from this zone all the way to this point, that is about 130 pips, right? So that is a lot of. So if you are using a standard lot, for example, to trade AUD USD from this point all the way to this point, you could have made $1,300. Yes, I'll say that you could have made $1,300 on just that trade alone. Probably you are using a 0.1 lot size. You could have make you could make $130, right? $130, which is still good money, right? Which is still good money, right? So that is my outlook for AUD. So let's look at GBP USD also. So the same way GBP USD also looks somewhat alike. You can see market was somewhat in a downtrend, creating lower lows, lower low, lower low. But at this point, price has created a higher, price is now creating higher lows instead. You can see higher low here, higher low here. So more or less, we expect the market to create another higher low and pull up. So where's our key level, right? So where are we looking at? Let's try to draw out our zones. We can see this level here. Yeah. And we can also see this level up here. So these are our key important levels. So we've, tried to um, trap price. All right, we've zoned the market. So let's go to our 4 hours. What are we looking at? See, you can see that the setup is somewhat similar to AUD USD. So we should actually more or less expect a little retracement and further buys to the upside. Easy. So how many pips is that? From this region all the way up here, that is about 230 or 200, yeah, let's say 200 pips, right? If you're using a standard lot, that is $2,000. If you're using a mini lot of 0.1, that is about $200. A lot of money. So now you may be asking, what if price doesn't retrace before going up? What do I do? Easy. Let's go to 1 hour time frame and look at it. So if price doesn't retrace, what do you do? All right, so one way to go into this market is there's this region here, right? This point here, you can see how price reacted 1 2 3 before it broke. Now it's coming back. So if you see any bullishness around this region, you can still take a buy. So there are two ways. So you can go into a buy when the market opens here to trade it further up, or if price comes down here, you can take it further up. So if you're looking to buy from here, how many pips is that? That is still 130 pips. If you're using a standard lot, that is still $1,300. It's still good money. If you're using a mini lot of 0.1, that is about $130 easily, right? So that is how we're going to, or that is the outlook for GBP USD and AUD USD, right? So let's go forward. So let's look at USD JPY. Now, JPY has been the strongest currency pair throughout the month of February, right? Throughout the month of February. So let's look at it. When did February start? All right, so this was where February started. So you can see how the Japanese yen has dominated the dollar for this month. So, but if you look at it carefully, the Japanese yen is actually around the zone. It's actually on a key level. And last week, I said that if you traded AUD USD, or sorry, USD JPY, or you could have made over $5,000 on USD JPY if you watch our previous analysis last week. So last week, USD JPY was around here at market open. So from there to, let's look at it together. How many pips is that? So if you had sold, like I suggested that you sold last week Monday on USD JPY, you could have cut about 300 pips. Yes, 300 pips. And if you're using a standard lot on that, that is about $3,000. Amazing. If you had used two standard lot, that is $6,000 on USD JPY. That is a lot of money, guys. That is actually a lot of money, right? So do well to follow this to the end, because a lot of opportunities are here in the market. So how do we expect, or what are we looking at for this instrument for the new week? All right, what are we looking at for this instrument for the new week? Well, market has encountered a supply, a demand region rather, or a support. right? But we know we are not expecting a strong dollar. Dollar is not strong at the moment. So if we could, maybe we're looking for buys around here. It could be kind of risky, right? Kind of risky, but um price is actually at support. So if we see any bullishness around here, just be very careful to take a buy if you're trading, or rather you may want to allow the market still break a little bit, then you could actually take further sales down, because dollar is not strong at the moment, right? Dollar is not strong at the moment. So it would be kind of funny to expect, a buy on USD JPY, except if JPY is absolutely or becomes absolutely weak in this coming week, right? If it's weak, like if this currency is weak in this new week, right? That rhymes, right? The currency is weak in this new week, right? But if JPY is not strong, or if the dollar becomes stronger than the JPY, you could actually see some buys. But I'm not really looking at buys, so you could actually, skip USD JPY, try to observe it closely before you take a trade, and focus on probably GBP USD or AUD USD, which is much more clearer for the new week. So if you want to even trade USD JPY, just be very, very careful. Don't try to use tight stops so that the market doesn't prematurely or doesn't change or continue the trend further to the downside, and just take you unaware, right? So just be careful trading this. So I'm not really gonna give an entry point for USD JPY, but price is obviously at a support region, right? Obviously at a support region. And what do you expect from support regions? You look to buy. So if you see the market maybe giving some long green candles from here, sure, you can take a buy all the way to this point here. There's no point, there's no wrong in doing that. I mean, if the market shows you the opportunity and confirmation, take it, guys. Take the opportunity, right? So now let's go away from currency and let's shift our attention to, or let's take our attention to commodity. So let's look at gold. Yes, the golden instrument or the golden metal, right? So gold is still in a strong rally to the upside, right? It's still in a very strong rally to the upside. So remember, I gave an last week we looked at gold and we're like, we're going to still continue buying. I think on that was gold was somewhere around here last week. Yes, this was the candle for that gold created last week. All right, there was this huge sell off. Was it there? Yes, it was there. Yeah, so this particular candle for last week. All right, so what do we expect for the new week? So let's look at it from before, because gold is still trading at its all-time highs. Now, there's something particular at this point. So at this point, gold is now, trying to find or stressing out, kind of ranging at this point. And when you see a market ranging at that point, what it means is that it's kind of gathering orders, gathering momentum to possibly push higher or push lower. If you look at this point here, let's look at this region here. You can see that at this point, gold kind of started ranging. It didn't do much, just started ranging. And what happened? Price continued up. Even at this point here, you kind of see that the market was ranging. Kind of see that the market was ranging, and what happened? It went further up. So we could ideally expect that same thing to happen for this market. So how do you go in for the buy? Just wait for that range to break out, right? Wait for gold to break out of the range. Once it breaks out, you can further take a buy and continue buying gold to the upside to probably 3,000 level. Where's 3,000? All right, let's look at 3,000 here. All right, so there are a lot of expectation that gold would get to 3,000. So if it breaks out of the high, why not keep buying gold all the way to 3,000, right? 3,000. So that's what you should be looking out for gold for the new week, right? So that makes a lot of sense. I'm not looking at selling gold. Gold has not given any sign of any possible sell or anything like that. So rather keep buying gold than try to take or try to catch the top to sell. No, don't do that. Just buy gold. And how do you get in? When the market breaks out of the range, you can take your buys all the way further up. Makes sense, right? So last but not the least, we'll be looking at DE40. DE40 is a German indices, a very profitable one, has been on a massive rise for days, for a lot of days and weeks. You can see how this market has been rallying up and up and up and up and up all the way. But it's actually kind of making a retracement at the moment, which is giving us, it's more or less the market is gifting you, say, take this opportunity to make money. Yes, I will take it. Yeah, I will take the opportunity to make. So the market is giving us an opportunity with this retracement. So where do we look to take our buys from if we want to keep buying this market? But this retracement may not be done yet. So because with the way indices market works is that they respect support and resistance on a higher time frame a whole lot. So where's the most recent level we can look to take our trade from? So this zone here is the perfect point to start looking for buys. So you're not looking for buys yet. Still further sells, still be patient for the market to come all the way down before you look for buys. So if this level doesn't work, where's the next level? Is this region here? So these are like the two levels I'll be kind of waiting to take my buys from on this particular market. All right, so let's look at it from a daily perspective. So this is a closer level. So we want to see for the new week, we want to see D30 come all the way down here, right? So when it comes down here, we look to take our buys further up, right? So this is the outlook for D30s. Well, if you have, maybe you have a lot of money in your account and you like taking on risk or trading against the trend, well, yeah, this could actually be a good opportunity for you. You can look to take possible entry points for sales maybe around here, right? If price should retrace around this region or this region here, you can look to take your sales further down, right? You can take sales from here all the way down here. You could have made good money, then just wait for your buys all the way back up. Easy, right? Easy. So guys, this is it. This is how easy it is. This is how simple it is. All right, so if you're still to the end of this video and or this weekly analysis and you're yet to subscribe, come on, do that. Click on the subscribe button, like the video, share with your friends. Don't watch it and make money alone. No, please listen, don't make money alone. Right, so come on, share with your friends, share with family, share with your enemies, let them make money and leave you alone too. All right, so that'll be all for now, guys. I hope you have an amazing and a profitable week ahead. So thanks and bye for now. Bye for now, guys. Cheers.